The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
American.
In a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And
Now less MFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Yes.
The Jack Benny Program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike. The cigarette that's toasted to taste better.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
This is Don Wilson. The song you just heard has an important message for everyone who smokes. The sure way to get better taste from your cigarette is to make sure you get Lucky Strike. It's toasted to taste better. Of course, the better taste of a Lucky begins with fine tobacco. And then that fine tobacco is toasted. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process tones up this naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. Yes, a Lucky tastes better because it's the cigarette of fine tobacco and it's toasted to taste better. So be happy. Go Lucky. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the middle of the Christmas shopping season, and as usual, Jack is going to his favorite department store to purchase gifts for his gang. But before we go Christmas shopping, I'd like to take you to a modest little home in the suburbs of Los Angeles. The home belongs to a department store salesman and his wife. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mel, wake up! Mel?
What?
You were having a bad dream.
Oh, yeah. That same nightmare. I always have it this time of year, Beatrice.
About that blue-eyed old man that comes to the store for his Christmas shopping?
Yeah. Only this dream was worse. I looked at his hands, and instead of fingers, he had shoelaces. On one hand, the fingernails were plastic tips, and on the other hand was metal tips. Why do I always have to dream about him?
Now, Mel, control yourself. Maybe he won't come into the store this year.
Oh, he'll come. He's been coming in and driving me nuts for over 15 years.
Well, don't worry about it. Maybe he's mellowed. Maybe he'll be kinder now that he's getting old.
He was old 15 years ago.
Look, Mel. Look, you go to the store, and during my lunch hour, I'll come down to your department, and if you've had any trouble, I'll relieve you. Anyway, there's very little chance of seeing him now that you're in the art department.
Yeah, guess that's right, Beatrice. He don't look like the kind of guy who would go in for painting. He ain't the artistic type.
Mr. Benny, you've still got quite a few more names on your Christmas list.
Yeah, I still have to get something from my producer and Miss Livingston now, so you can do your personal shopping.
Thank you. And will it be all right if I charge my things to your account?
Charge it? What happened to the Christmas bonus I gave you?
I lost it.
Lost your bonus? Gambling?
Oh, no. I had a hole in my pocket and it rolled down a sewer.
Now, wait a minute, Rod. Stop making up jokes. I gave you a $25 check for a Christmas bonus.
I know, Mr. Benny, but I can't cash that check until after next Monday.
Why not?
Me and the check are appearing on You Asked For It.
Oh, yes. We'll show them. I'll meet you here later, Rochester.
Okay.
I still haven't gotten anything from Mary. I know what I'll do. I'll buy her a negligee. Now, where's the negligee department? Oh, that must be the floor walker over there, that man in striped trousers and a cutaway coat. Oh, mister! Mister!
Yeah!
Are you the floor walker?
No, I'm a pallbearer, but my handle broke.
Look, I didn't come here for corny conversation. All I want to know is where I can buy a negligee.
On the 3rd floor, but I don't think they have anything in your size.
Now, don't be so smart. It's not for me.
Oh, for your wife?
No, I'm not married.
Don't tell me you got to look that way all by yourself.
Now, cut that out. Anyway, I don't need you. I'll find it. And the store is so crowded, I don't think I'll ever finish. Yeah, it looks like my orchestra arranger, Malin Mary. Hi, Malin.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Doing your Christmas shopping, eh?
Yes, I'm getting some gifts for the boys in the band.
Gee, it's a nuisance, isn't it, trying to get...
Hiya, Bud. Long time no see.
Huh? Oh, hello.
So long, Bud. See you around.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Jack, who is that fella?
Oh, he's a racetrack tout. He's always trying to talk me out of everything. I gotta finish my shopping. So long, Malin.
Oh, just a minute, Jack.
Yes?
I'm having a big party on New Year's Eve.
I know. You've already invited me.
Yes, and I thought that since you've given so many parties, you could help me out a bit. You see, I've already hired a caterer, and I thought you might recommend a good bartender.
Well, now, that's the silliest thing, Mal. Spending good money on a bartender. Why don't you get one of the boys in your band? I mean, get Frank Remley. Nobody knows more about drinks than he does.
No, I wouldn't try that again, Jack. He was the bartender at the last party I gave.
Well, what happened?
Well, the first guest to arrive walked up and ordered a scotch and soda.
Uh-huh.
Remley bent down, got the scotch, never came up again.
No kidding. Well, thanks for inviting me anyway. I'll see you New Year's. Man,
Good.
I'll be there.
And, Jack, if you run into Don Wilson, see if you can persuade him to come to the party, too.
Persuade Don Wilson?
Yes, he never wants to go anywhere since he's taking up painting as a hobby.
Painting? As a hobby? Say, I'm glad you mentioned that, Malin. I was worried what to get Don. For Don, you know, last year I got him a box of dates with nuts in them and everything. Now I'll get him some paints. I'm going to the art department. I'll see you later. They sure have everything for the artist here. Where's the salesman? Oh, there he is. Oh, clerk.
Yes, sir. What can I do? It's you again.
Huh?
How do you find me every year? You got radar or something?
What are you talking about?
Gee, he doesn't recognize me. Maybe everything's going to be okay.
What are you mumbling about, clerk?
Oh, nothing. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, a friend of mine has taken up painting as a hobby, and I'd like to get him a nice set of paints.
Oh, very good, sir. Now here's a set that's very popular and reasonable, too. It's only $9.95.
Well, gee, those tubes of paint seem very small.
Well, that's right, sir, but they're the best paints, and in addition to the primary colors, it also contains such exotic colors as vermilion, chartreuse, turquoise, cerise, heliotrope, citron, purple fuchsia, cardinal red, burnt orange, midnight blue, and shocking pink.
Yeah, it has a lot. See, that's a beautiful color right there. That's the most beautiful color I've ever seen. What do you call it?
Money green.
Well, I'll take it. Now, I'd like it gift wrapped.
Yes, sir. I'll be back in a second with it. Gee, he didn't even recognize me. And he didn't give me the least bit of trouble. In fact, he was real sweet. Oh, boy, I'm lucky. Oh, I'll say I'm lucky. This is my lucky day. There, that looks pretty. Well, here you are, sir. That'll be 10 1/4, including tax.
10 1/4? Yeah, seems like a lot to pay for just a few paints.
Well, not when you consider what you're getting. Most people don't mind paying the extra money for oil paints. They last so much longer than the watercolors.
Oh. You have watercolors, too?
Me and my big stupid mouth. I had to tell him, yeah. I couldn't let well enough alone. I had to tell him.
Clerk, how much is the watercolor set?
$3.95, but they're not near as nice as these are.
I don't care. I want to see the watercolor set.
Okay, I'll have to climb this ladder to get it. It's on the top shelf. I had to tell him. Wish I could paint red spots on my face so he'd think I had smallpox and he'd go away. I wish I had smallpox. It wouldn't do any good. This guy's lived so long, he must be immune to everything. But it's my own fault. Here's the watercolor set, mister. Look at it.
Say, this looks okay.
But it's only got 5 colors: gray, blue, black, red, and dirty brown.
I don't care. It's $3.95, and I'll take it. Now gift wrap it, and I'll be back.
I know you will.
Come on. Now, let's see. What else do I have to get? Gee, I still haven't gone to the lingerie department for Mary's gift.
Yes? What can I do for you, young man?
I'd like to buy a Christmas gift for my mother.
Well, a negligee is always a very suitable gift. Now, here's a lovely one that I'm sure would please your mother.
No, she wouldn't like that one. She never wears anything with a low neckline.
Oh, is she modest?
No, she's tattooed.
Well, here's something that might suit your mother more.
Gee, that looks nice. Only I'd like it in a brighter color. You see, my father is always depressed, and bright colors cheer him up.
Oh, well, we have a large selection of colors. But tell me, what size does your mother wear?
Well, gee, I don't know, but she's about as tall as you are.
Oh, does she have my build?
If she did, my father wouldn't need cheering up.
Well, now, how does this one seem?
Oh, that looks about the right size. I think she'll like it very much. Will you wrap it up and charge it, please?
Yes, sir. Now, who shall I charge this to?
To me. My name is Dennis Day.
Dennis Day?
Uh-huh.
The singer?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, gee, Mr. Day, I'm one of your most ardent fans. I buy all your records and everything. Why, when I hear you sing, I just quiver and shake all over.
3 coins in the fountain. There they lie in the fountain. Which one will the fountain...
Mr. Day! I'm not joking. No, I'm really a great admirer of yours.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Dennis! Oh, Dennis!
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Yeah, I heard you singing. I was way on the other side of the store, but I thought it was a record.
Maybe that's because I've got a hole in my head. Well, I gotta run along, Mr. Benny. I still have lots of shopping to do.
Same here. So long, kid. Oh, Miss.
Yes, sir?
I'd like to get a gift for a girlfriend.
Well, just a moment, sir. That man at the end of the counter was here first.
Well, that's quite all right. Jingle bells, da-dum-bum-bum.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Benny.
Yeah, Rochester, did you finish your shopping?
Uh-huh. I even got a present for you.
Oh, that's nice. What is it?
Oh, now wait till Christmas.
Oh, come on, tell me, Rochester. You know I hate waiting. Is it something I can wear?
Uh-huh.
Is it something I'd wear above the waist?
Uh-huh.
A shirt?
Nope.
Is it something I wear above the shoulders?
Uh-huh.
I've got it. It's a hat.
No, but it's right under it.
Well, that's a strange gift to give me. Why should you get me that?
Well, I ruined one of your good ones. I threw it in the Bendix and all the curls came out of it.
Well, don't throw it away. Save it in case I ever get the part of an Indian in a picture.
Okay. Are you done with your shopping, Mr. Benny?
Not quite, but you know, I always have trouble getting something for Don Wilson, and this time I think I got him a gift he'll like. A set of paints.
Oh, he should like that, boss. Whenever he sees me, he talks to me about painting. He's really crazy about that hobby.
I know, and I got him a lovely set of watercolors.
Watercolors? Oh, he's way beyond that. For the past few months, he's been painting with nothing but oils.
Oil? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So Don only uses oil paints. Excuse me, Rochester. I'll see you later.
Don't worry, there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather.
Oh, clerk.
Oh, it's you again. Here's your watercolors, all gift wrapped and everything.
Well, I've changed my mind. I want the oils.
No, this can't be happening to me. I lead a good life. I'm kind to my mother. It can't be happening. It just can't.
Look, control yourself.
Okay, I'm getting calmer. I'll control myself.
Good.
Only, mister, do me a favor and tell me something, will you?
Certainly.
What business are you in?
I'm a comedian.
Well, what's funny about this?
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to be funny. I just made a simple request. I want the watercolors changed to oils. Now, please gift wrap them, and I'll be back to pick them up later. Well, let's see. I got to get Mary's gift, and then... Oh, darn it, I'm out of cigarettes. I wonder where I can get some. Oh, there's a cigarette machine at the end of the aisle. There it is. See, what a fancy cigarette machine. Let's see. Ought to have some change.
Hey, Bud. Bud.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Who, me?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm getting a package of cigarettes.
What kind?
Lucky Strikes.
Oh, Lucky Strike, eh? Smart boy.
Huh?
You're putting your dough on the favorite.
I know.
And it's a great bet across the board.
Win, place, and show?
No, cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Oh.
And another thing.
What?
Come here a minute.
Huh?
Look at the breeding.
The breeding?
It's by Sold American out of Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Well, thanks very much.
You going to get a pack of Luckies?
Am I going to get a pack of Luckies?
Yeah.
Come here a minute.
Huh?
I'm going to get 2 packs.
2?
I'm trying for the daily double.
Smart boy. So long and Merry Christmas.
Same to you. If you want better taste in your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to see. Yeah, I got the cigarettes. Now I've got to go...
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Why, Mr. Kitzel! Well, look who's here, Mr. Kitzel. Hey, how you come along with your Christmas shopping?
Practically finished.
Did you buy some nice presents?
Wonderful, especially for my magnificent mother-in-law.
Oh, your mother-in-law?
Yeah, this year I'm giving to my mother-in-law such a gift. I'm proud I thought of it. A trip to Hawaii.
Why, Mr. Kitzel, what a wonderful thing to give a mother-in-law. A round trip to Hawaii.
Who said anything about a round trip? Well, I better run along. Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Okay, well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Kitzel.
Happy Utah to you.
Here you are, sir. And I assure you it's a lovely gift.
Well, thank you.
And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And do come back again.
I don't even know if I'm going to leave. You know, you're one of the most attractive salesmen.
Miss, can you please?
Oh, hello, Don.
Well, hi, Jack. Hey, I'll bet I know something you don't know.
What's that?
I ran into Bagby, the piano player, and now I know what the boys in the band are going to give you for Christmas.
What?
Beautiful set of golf clubs.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? I can use a new set. I can hardly wait till Christmas.
Well, you may even get them before Christmas if the paint dries.
Paint? What paint?
Where they scratched off the owner's name.
Well, they should have left the name on. I'd know who not to play with. What characters they are. By the way, Don, how's your wife?
Oh, she's fine now.
Now?
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, she broke out in hives, and her eyes were always watering, and the doctors didn't know what it was until they found out she had an allergy.
Gosh, what was she allergic to?
The oil in oil paints.
No.
Yeah, so now I'm going to have to go back to watercolors.
You use only watercolors now, Don?
That's right.
Excuse me, Don. I've got to go somewhere.
Now, Melville, control yourself.
I can't control myself, Beatrice. I'm going to quit.
Now, Mel, it can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad. Look, in the first place, how he finds me, I'll never know. But first he buys oil paints, then he changes them to watercolors, then back to oils, then watercolors, then oils. He keeps coming back like a boomerang. Me, I'm going to the office right now and quit.
Now, look, Mel, I'll tell you what to do. You go and take a nice long lunch hour and lie down, and I'll take your place at the counter.
Well, okay. When he comes, that's his package of oil paints right there.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Poor Mel. Gets upset so easily. I can't let him quit now. It'll ruin all our plans. We worked in the store together so long. We met in the store. He even proposed to me in the store. And now we're married.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, where's the clerk who's usually here?
Well, he's gone to lunch, but perhaps I can help you.
Well, I'm supposed to have a package of oil paints ready for me.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. This must be the man who's been driving Mel crazy. Yet it can't be. This guy couldn't bother anybody. He's such a kindly-looking old schnook. Here you are, sir. A package of gift-wrapped oil paints. $10.25, sir.
Look, miss, I changed my mind. I'd like to get a box of watercolors instead.
But, sir, you... All right, I'll gift-wrap the watercolors. The customer's always right. I'll get some watercolors and wrap them, and I'll be right back.
See, while she's gone, I'd better write out a card for Don. Let's see, I want it to be something clever. Oh, I've got it. To Don Wilson. Here's lots of colors for portraits to paint. But don't paint yourself, because that much there ain't. Say, that's cute. And people say I need writers. I'll sign it, Jack Benny. Oh, miss.
Here are your watercolors. Isn't that a pretty package?
Yes, it is. Now, will you please unwrap it and put this card inside?
Unwrap it. Card inside. Mister, I went to a lot of trouble unwrapping the other one and gift wrapping this one. Have a little consideration, will you? Don't be so mean and so selfish.
Well, you're just as bad as that idiot clerk who went to lunch.
Idiot! Listen, you jerk, you're talking about my Melville.
I don't care who I'm talking about. Now unwrap that package and put the card inside.
Oh, no, not me. I know all about you. Melville warned me.
Look, miss.
First you wanted oil paints, then watercolors, then oil paints, then dates with nuts, and then plain dates.
Dates?
Then plastic tips, then metal tips, then plastic tips, then metal dates, then water tips. Then
Look,
dates
miss.
with oil, then plastic water, then shoelaces with nuts.
Look, miss.
Oh, I'm wise to you. You drove my husband crazy, but you're not going to do it to me.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I'll just send Don a card this year.
Just before Jack comes back again, here's a word for anyone who enjoys a good cigarette.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste, yet it's the toasted cigarette. They take fine tobacco. It's light tobacco. It's mild tobacco too. And it's toasted.
Yes, it's toasted, 'cause the toasting brings the flavor right through.
So to get the better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste, yet it's the toasted
cigarette.
All you have to do is look at a pack of Lucky's Friends, and you'll see the reasons for Lucky's better taste printed right on it. LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Light, naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco. And it's toasted. It's toasted is the famous Lucky Strike process that tones up Lucky's fine tobacco, bringing it to its peak of flavor, making it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So be happy, go Lucky, and say, a wonderful way to say Merry Christmas to your friends is to give them Lucky's in the beautiful Christmas cartons. These special Lucky cartons are handsomely decorated in keeping with the gay spirit of the Yuletide season. They're so nice to give, so wonderful to get. This Christmas, give Lucky Strike in Christmas gift cartons.
Well, boss, have you got everything?
Yes, I have.
Say, that's sure a pretty package. It looks so Christmassy with all that red paper.
That's not red paper, that's blood.
Blood?
I never thought she'd punch me in the nose. Good night, folks.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Filter smokers. True tobacco taste, real filtration, famous Tareyton quality. They're all yours when you smoke Filter Tip Tareyton. Filter Tip Tareyton gives you all the full, rich taste of Tareyton's quality tobacco and real filtration, too. Because Filter Tip Tareyton incorporates activated charcoal, renowned for its unusual powers of selective filtration. Look for the red, white, and blue stripes on the package. They identify Filter Tip Tareyton, the best in filtered smoking.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Played by the orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from the United States Army Air Base at Santa Ana, we bring you a man who drove us here in his old tin canna, Jack Benny. Thank you. thank you. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, as long as I was nice enough to give the whole gang a lift down here in my Maxwell, I don't see any necessity for referring to it as a tin can.
But, Jack, your car isn't exactly the latest model, and besides, it's so slow.
What do you mean, slow?
Look, it's only 50 miles from Hollywood to Santa Ana, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, all I say is, if we leave Saturday morning, we should get here the same day.
All right, what's the big rush? We took our time and we saw beautiful scenery.
Well, I guess you're right, Jack. Wasn't such a bad trip after all.
You're darn tootin'.
And incidentally, I'd like to pay my share of the gas.
The gas? No, Don, forget it.
But, Jack, I wouldn't think of imposing. Now, how much was it?
Well, Don, let's not talk about it. No, let's not talk about it, please.
But, Jack, I insist. How much do I owe you?
Well, that would come to about... No, Don. Forget it.
Now, Jack Benny, I demand that you let me pay my share of the gas. Here's a $20 bill.
Thanks. Well, Don, it sure is great broadcasting here.
Wait a minute. Don't I get any change?
Change? Oh, yes, fine. Your share of the expenses, Don, comes to $1.15 included.
Including what?
Insurance. You had full protection from the Rambo Motor Club. I'll get your change. Wait till I open my purse. There you are. Well, as I was saying, Don, it sure is great broadcasting for all these Army men.
Yes, Jack, I'm getting a big kick out of it.
Me too. Well, look who's here, the sweetheart of the Air Force.
Easy sign, that's my motto.
Well, here we are, Mary. Isn't this a fine-looking bunch of boys?
You said it. If this was a cafeteria, I wouldn't know which one to pick.
Yeah. These guys like you too, Mary. You know, they don't see many girls around here.
No, but they see plenty of them in Laguna Beach and Balboa.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. These boys don't go to Balboa to flirt with girls.
They don't, eh?
No. They go there to have fun on the roller coaster. And throw baseballs and win Popeye dolls. And ride in the tunnel of love.
With a Popeye doll, you're crazy.
Well, maybe I am.
Oh, Mary, wasn't that a lovely ride we had down here in Jack Maxwell?
Lovely.
Now, Don, if Mary doesn't want to help pay for the gas, she doesn't have to. Forget it, Mary. Forget it.
No, I want to pay my share. I didn't chip in last time, and I got anonymous letters for a month.
Anonymous? I wonder who could have... Oh, yeah. Anyway, Mary, you don't have to pay the $1.15 for this trip.
Oh, I'll pay it. Where else can I ride 24 hours so cheap?
Well, we would have made it much sooner, Mary, if it hadn't been for that bridge job.
And that's another thing. Why did you make us all get out of the car and look for your bridge?
Because we hit a bump and away it went. That's why. Anyway, I'm not asking you for the money, so what's the big argument?
Hey, Mr. Benny, speaking of our trip down here...
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Well, that's quite a head you got there.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Benny, speaking of our trip down here...
How do you feel, kid?
Oh, all right. I thought I had the mumps early in the week, but it turned out to be a tennis ball.
A tennis ball?
It's a swell game, but I gotta learn to keep my mouth shut.
Yes, Yes, that would help, you know.
Say, Mr. Benny, speaking of our trip down here,
Yeah?
I'd like to pay my share of the expenses.
Well, why didn't you say so? You owe me $1 even, Dennis.
Okay, here it is.
Wait a minute, Jack. How come Dennis pays only $1 and you had Mary and me down for $1.15? There was a 15-cent reward. Dennis found my bridge. He's got very sharp eyes.
But, Mr. Benny, you said the reward was going to be 50 cents.
No, Dennis, 15. You see, kid, with my teeth out, it just sounded like 50. Look, I'll show you, Dennis. Look. 50, 15. You see, that's exactly right.
Oh, put your bridge back in.
I was just proving something. Hiya, Jackson. Don't worry, fellas. The show will start rolling now. What a ham. I suppose the show doesn't get started until you get here, Phil. Huh? Oh, it gets started all right, but when I come on, I'm like a ray of sunshine, a breath of spring. Phil, if that's spring on your breath, I've never smelled a goddamn... See, they know you. They didn't even let me finish the gas. Brother, do they know you? Where were you anyway? Well, I stopped in at the 302 Club to say hello. Say hello? Yeah, my Aunt Sophie's a bouncer in there. What? Aunt her own, no answer. Next time she clubs me, I'm going to defend myself. Well, I don't blame you. Hey, Don, go ahead and ask Phil. Ask him why. You know, about the Axwell name. Oh, yes. Say, Phil, wasn't that a lovely ride we had down here in Jack's car? Yeah, it was all right. Wonderful scenery, too. Oh, Phil, you remember that beautiful orange grove we passed with that gas station right in the middle of it? Oh, yeah, that reminds me, Jackson. How much do I owe you? Forget it, Phil. Forget it. For heaven's sake. Okay. Say, Mary, ain't this a wonderful layout they got here at the air base?
It sure is. Colonel Robertson drove me all over in a Jeep.
You know, I've always wanted to ride in one of them things. I bet it's a lot of fun. Now it's this you're going to make for your break. Forget it, Phil. Forget it. Will you? I did already. Forget it. Let's get on with the program. Okay. Now, Dennis, I think it's about time for your... I can't stand it chiseling. Dennis, I think it's about time for your songs, so go ahead and entertain the boys.
Yes, sir.
I'll get a band leader next year that pays off, believe me. Yes, sir, that old devil tune. That was When You're With Me by Harry Brick and Jimmy Lambert, sung by Dennis Day. Very good, Dennis.
Say, Mr. Benny, remember last week when I dedicated my song to the Navigators and you told me what a navigator was?
Yes.
Well, this week I'd like to dedicate my number to the Bombardiers.
Oh.
Can you pound that into my head?
Now, Dennis, I'm not going through that again. I'll tell you later. Tell him now, Jackson. I'm an eager beaver and I want to get help. Eager beaver? What's that? Well, that's what they call a cadet around here that's snappy, on his toes all the time, like me. Oh. Well, Phil, you're not exactly an eager beaver. You're more the jerky turkey type. Whatever that means. However, fellows, if you want to know what a bombardier is, here goes.
Okay. Pay attention, Dennis. Do you want to be a joke all your life?
Quiet. Now, the bombardier, fellas, sits in the glass-enclosed nose of the ship. And when the navigator advises him they are nearing the target, he starts regulating his bomb sight. This delicate instrument represents the optimum in mechanical precision and coordination. Oh, I get it. Good.
Is it risque?
No, it's not risque. Now, fellas, a bombardier is chosen for steady nerves and exceptional eyesight, and as head man during the bombing operation. That is, he is in charge of the plane from the time the objective is sighted until he drops his egg.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Dennis, they're not really eggs, they're bombs. Oh. Once the bombardier has released the bomb, he relays this fact over intercommunication, and the plane proceeds to its home base. Now, are there any questions?
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be twins or triplets.
Take it easy, Phil. He's expecting. Anyway, fellas, I hope I have clearly explained the bombardier and bomb sight.
You certainly have, Jack. And now let me explain about Jell-O. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in constant intercommunication with your neighborhood broker, ask him for a package of Jell-O. You'll find that it's not only economical and easy to make, but it's America's favorite gelatin dessert. And I know a bomb sight more about Jell-O than I do about aviation. Thank you.
Well, you're in there punching, Don. I wish I'd have thought of that myself. You know, that's one of the cleverest. Come in.
Got a special delivery here from Mother Livingston.
I'll take it. Here you are, Mary.
Got a sign for it, you know, government regulations.
I know that. We've been getting special delivery letters for years.
I've been delivering them for years and never got one, though.
All right. Mary, who's going
I haven't got my hand out to see if it's going to rain, you know.
Oh, yes, the tip. There you are.
Oh, boy, a nickel. Now I can buy a half of a Saturday evening post.
Get out of here. Maybe the nickel was poison or something.
Oh, Jack, this is the cutest letter. It's from that handsome navigator I met at Maple Field last Monday.
Oh, Hutchison, eh?
Yeah, I call him Hutch. Listen to this. My dear Miss Livingston, or may I call you Doll?
Gee, he went right past Popeye, didn't he?
Get this, Jack. Just a line to thank you for the big box of homemade fudge you sent me. I've often had it with nuts, but this is the only time I ever found bolts in it.
Bolts in it?
They were really nuts, but I didn't take the shells off them.
Continue.
You know, I had a dream about you last night, Mary, and just as I put my arms around you, somebody shook me. This is the first time I was ever kissed by a top sergeant.
Well,
I understand, Mary, that you and your father are doing your program in Santa Ana this week.
wait a minute. Did you tell that guy I was your father?
No, he classified you himself.
I'm prematurely gray, and he thinks I'm your father.
Well, my father's prematurely gray, and he's younger than you are.
All right. Younger than you are. Never mind. Finish the letter.
Anyhow, Mary, watch out for the cadets of Santa Ana. If you happen to go to Balboa with any of them, don't ride to the Tunnel of Love unless you take your father with you.
There he goes again. Mary, when you write to him, straighten that out, will you?
No other news, so we'll close with love to you from your own little Hutchie.
Hutchie's about 6'2", and he gets picnic.
P.S. If you send me another box of that fudge, I'm going to keep it till I fly over Tokyo. That'll do the trick.
Hey, that guy writes a pretty good letter, but you know, Mary, I don't think you should be making fudge when everybody's trying to conserve sugar.
Sugar? Oh, that's what I forgot to put in it.
What a cook. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this being I Am an American Day, as a special attraction, we're going to offer a musical salute to, pardon me, I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
Oh, hello, Rochester. What do you want?
Boss, I told you we should have never taken that boy of yours along on this trip. He's crazy.
Mr. Billingsley? What's the matter now?
He thinks he's a bombardier.
A bombardier?
Yeah, he's sitting on the radio of the car dropping ping-pong balls on the anthill.
Oh, he's just playing. He'll be okay on the way home.
He ain't going home. He says he's going to join the Air Force and kill Hitler.
Well, what's wrong with that?
About 5 minutes ago, he looked right at yours truly and said, "That suntan ain't fooling me, Adolf."
Oh, my goodness.
I don't even resemble the man.
Be calm now, Rochester. When I see Mr. Billingsley, I'll explain things to him.
Well, don't let your bridge work it out. He thinks you're a Jap.
Well, look, Rochester, Mr. Billingsley won't hurt you. He's harmless, so don't worry.
Who's worried? Did you ever notice the wing spread on my razor?
You leave Mr. Billingsley alone. Now, Rochester, bring the car over here to the cab and pick me up right after the broadcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boy.
Now what?
I got bad news for you. I wasn't able to get that blowout fixed.
You couldn't fix the blowout? Well, how are we going to drive home?
It's all set. We got 3 tires and a hoop snake.
Well, that might work. So long. I wish Rochester would try to understand Mr. Billingsley. After all, he paid me $115 to come down here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this being I Am an American Day, as a special attraction, we're going to offer a musical salute to a great American, George M. Cohan. The orchestra is going to play a medley of some of his most popular song hits, which are now in Jimmy Cagney's new picture, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Take it, boy.
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy, a Yankee Doodle Doodle die. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride a pony. I am a Yankee Doodle boy.
But with society will say Marie. But it was Mary, long before the fashion came. And there is something there that counts off where it's a grand old name.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high flying flag, and forever on high may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I know, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under that white and blue, where there's ever a gold from flag. But should all the flag and the be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Keep your eye on that grand old flag.
a medley of George M. Cohan's most popular numbers played by the orchestra. Hope you listen to it, George, and that you're feeling fine. Now, Don, we've only got a couple of minutes left, so could you give the folks our surprise novelty? Yes, Jack. Are you all set? Wait till I put this close in on my nose.
Okay, Don, I guess I would sound a little more like it now.
Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, as most of you probably know, Fred Allen will be on the air in a little while, and of late he has been opening his show with an alleged comical analysis of the Jell-O program.
Hey, what is this?
You'll see that. Now, this evening, folks, we would like to give you a preview of approximately what Mr. Allen will say about the program we've just concluded. Mr. Allen will probably start out something like this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fred Allen at Meager Beaver talking. And Jimmy, did you by any chance listen to Jack Benny's program tonight?
Why, no, Fred, I didn't.
Well, you didn't. Benny was broadcasting from the Santa Ana Air Base out in California. He's been playing quite a few air bases lately. That's because they've been giving him free oxygen for his flat lungs.
What else did he do, Fred?
Well, it seems that Benny drove his whole gang down from Hollywood in that old Maxwell of his and made him each pay for the ride. That's like putting a nickel in a jukebox to hear a raspberry.
Oh, Mr. Allen, will you stop running down Jack?
40, you stay out of it. And then, Jimmy, Mary read a letter that she got from a boyfriend that made her feel. And this fellow thought Jack was her father. You can't blame the boy for thinking Jack Benny is that old. After all, the only reason George Washington stood up on the boat when he was crossing the Delaware was because Benny made his pants too tight. And then at the end of the program, he gave a corny imitation of me, and that's about all there was to it.
There you are, ladies and gentlemen, a preview of what Fred Allen will say about Jack Benny. So if you still want to listen to his program, don't say we didn't give you fair warning.
You said it, right.
Dad and mother, sister and brother, they'll all be rich. We're a little late, so thanks, Colonel Robertson and all the boys, and good night.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike. Quality of product is essential to continuing success. An outstanding example, Lucky Strike. In a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And year in, year out, consistently, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Lucky Strike presents The Man Who Knows. Mr. John Cummins of St. Ana, Kentucky, has sold basket by basket over 79 million pounds of tobacco at auction. He recently had this to say.
I've sold tobacco at auctions for over 19 years. In all that time, I've seen the makers of Lucky Strike buy fine tobacco. Tobacco that's got quality, real quality. I've smoked Lucky's myself for 22 years.
Year after year, independent tobacco experts like Mr. Cummins can see the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy that fine, that light, that naturally mild tobacco. Remember, LSMFT, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, and fine tobacco means real deep down smoking enjoyment for you. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. and gentlemen, last Sunday, Jack Benny went out to Hillcrest Country Club to play golf, and on the 7th hole, he hit a terrific slice into the woods and lost his golf ball. But that was last week. So now, let's pick up Jack and Rochester and see what they're doing.
Now, let's see. The ball came to the left of this bush, which means it probably hit that rock on the right and bounced off at a 30-degree angle, which would put it No, we looked there Monday.
Oh, boss! Boss!
Yes?
It ain't up in this tree. Can I come down now?
All right.
Look, boss, we've been out here all week. Why don't we give up and go home?
No, Roger, we're going to find that ball. And anyway, what are you complaining about? It's good to get out in the woods close to Mother Nature and rough it.
Maybe so, but if President Truman found out we ate that gopher on Meatless Tuesday, we're in trouble.
Oh, I don't think we need to worry. They won't start another investigation just for that, I don't think. Now, let's see. The ball might have bounced to the right here.
You ought to give up playing golf, boss. It upsets you so much when you lose anything.
It does not upset me.
What about the time when you got the wrong number on the telephone, you didn't get your nickel back, you raised a fuss over that?
Darn right I raised a fuss.
Yeah, but it didn't get you anything.
The jury was prejudiced. Now, let's see. If I were a golf ball, where would I go? The ground is softer here. Maybe if I... What's that? What's that? Oh, it's only a dog.
Here, doggy, doggy. Hey, boss. I think we must have wandered far away from the golf course.
Why?
This dog has got a keg of brandy around his neck.
Oh, that. Well, the club had to fix up a dog like this when Phil Harris joined. Run along, doggy. We're busy. Run along. The keg must have a leak in it, I think. Now, come on, Rochester. Let's look over by... Oh, my goodness, it's 12 o'clock. I got to get over to NBC. Drive me down, will you, Rochester?
Okay, but are we going to come back after the show and keep looking for the ball?
Well, no, I don't think so.
Then I better take down the tent.
Yes. And don't forget to notify the post office we're going back to our old address. You know? Come on. Rochester, drive straight up Sunset to Vine Street.
Yes, sir. It's sure good to see people again.
Yeah. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't made no money during August, September, June, and July. I wonder if I should get a summer show. La, la, la.
Uh-oh. Looks like we're running out of gas.
Well, pull into that station on the corner there. The attendants seem to be busy. Oh, look, Rochester, there's Norman Krasner having his car filled. He never misses my program. He thinks I'm the funniest guy in the world. Hey, Norman! Norman, it's me! He's wonderful. Honk the horn, Rochester, so we can get some service.
Shall I fill her up, sir?
2 gallons, please.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bentley.
Hello.
You might as well fill it up, boss, or we'll have to stop again.
Well, how much is gas, bud?
It's 21 cents a gallon.
21 cents. Well, all right, fill her up.
Yes, sir.
$21. $42. $63. $84.
That fills it up, Mr. Benny. Shall I... Mr. Benny, you lose this collar. I'll go get some water.
I'm all right now. By the way, did you check the tires?
Yes, and congratulations. All 4 of them are there.
Good.
That'll be $1.86 for the gas.
The charges, please.
Yes, sir. Your credit card number?
206BY.
Your license?
7W046.
Your age?
38. Well, we better get going, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
So long, Norman. Don't take any wooden nickels. That Norman has a great sense of humor. Now hurry, Rochester, we'll be late.
Okay, I got the radio in the car fixed. Want me to turn it on?
Yeah.
Now, our next request comes from someone right here in Hollywood whose initials are DD.
DD.
DD requests us to play that new number, You Do, sung by Dennis Day.
DD. Must be Deanna Durbin. Turn it up, Rochester. We'll hear it.
Much I love you, you do. No one means more to me than you do. You take December and smile it into May. And then December comes back again when you're away. Who has the charm that very few do? Who makes life necessary? Don't give me 3 guesses. One will do.
D.D. Could be Donald Duck. No, he's in Washington. Here we are at NBC, Rochester. Now, Rochester, I've been thinking it over. Maybe you ought to go back to the golf course and look for my ball.
Okay.
Too many rings on your fingers, and Rossi and July. You laugh at romance.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Well, Mr. Kitso. haven't seen you in quite a while. Are you still working at the drugstore?
No, I lost that job. And it was a little bit your fault.
My fault?
Yes, I'm always listening to your show. And on your program, the man is saying, keep your eye on the Red Bull's eye.
Uh-huh.
So one day, while I'm keeping my eye on the Red Bull's eye,
yes,
somebody stole the cash register.
Oh, that's too bad. I hope you have another job.
Oh, a much better one.
Really?
I'm now doing a little extra work in pictures.
Oh, in pictures? That's wonderful. What pictures have you been in?
Well, I was in Dark Sausage, Mendel of the Movies, and Forever Epstein.
Good.
Yeah, but most of all, I like to work in westerns.
Oh, westerns?
They went that way. And smile when you say that, partner.
Hey, you know, Kitzel, you're pretty good.
You should see me on a horse.
Really?
When I'm on a horse, I'm looking like Hopalong.
Cassidy?
Who, me?
Oh, well, I gotta run into rehearsal, Mr. Kitzel. See you again, huh?
Thank you. And by the way, Mr. Benny, if you ever come out to Republic Studios, look me up.
I will.
Just ask for Tex. Everybody knows me.
Okay, goodbye, Tex.
Goodbye. Give me land, lots of land, if the stars skies above. They went that way.
Well, I better get into rehearsal. Gosh, MDC is a nice studio. I know they keep it so clean and so... I wish Fibber and Molly would stop waxing these floors. Oh, well. I wonder if Mary's in her dressing room.
Come in.
Hello, Mary. What are you doing?
I was just reading the radio mirror. This picture you hear on page 28.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's the one I had taken when I was in the service.
Gee, you were handsome in that uniform.
Yeah.
Jack, whose arm is that around you?
A fellow from the draft board. He didn't turn me loose when we got to Europe. Say, what are all those letters over there?
Fan mail for our show.
Fan mail? That's the biggest batch yet. Any for me?
Yes, a bill from Lady Esther. And Jack.
What?
I got a letter from Mama, too. I must read it to you.
A letter from your mother,
yeah.
Eh? What does the cure for the hiccups have to say? Go ahead, read it, Mary.
Oh, okay. My darling daughter, Mary, I would have written you sooner, but I've been so busy. 2 weeks ago, your Uncle Lou and Aunt Ruby dropped in on us from Seattle, and we had to put them up in the little guest house in the back. I hope they leave before Halloween, as the kids always tip it over.
How do you like that?
And Mary, it makes me very happy to tell you that your sister Babe is getting married next Sunday.
Babe's getting married Sunday?
This week will be a busy one for her. Tomorrow, she's quitting her job. Tuesday and Wednesday, she'll buy her going-away outfit. Thursday, she'll have the final fitting on her wedding gown. And Friday, she's making reservations for the honeymoon.
Well.
I hope she doesn't oversleep Saturday, because that's the only day she has left to find a man.
Mary.
Quiet.
Do you mean to say that Babela has... that Babe has...
Quiet, Jack. There's some more.
Oh.
Last week, Babe was helping her father weather strip the house. They were on the 3rd floor, and Papa was hanging out the window while Babe was holding him by the feet. And now Papa's in the hospital.
How did it happen, Mary? Read on.
While Babe was holding Papa out the window, her ex-boyfriend passed by. They had an argument. And Babe thought he said, "Drop Dad."
Oh, that's a shame.
No other news, so we'll close. With love and kisses from your mother, Benzadine Livingston. P.S. Yes.
Oh, there's more?
Yes. Tell Jack I heard his first 3 programs.
Well.
That was in 1932, and I haven't listened to him since.
Your mother thinks she's so smart because she used to be a Gibson girl. Now, come on, we better get over on the stage. Look out, Mary. Take it easy because these floors are very slippery, you know.
Well, I didn't have any trouble when I came in.
Well, I'm warning you. They've just been waxed, and the first thing you know... See what I mean?
Give me your hand, Jack.
I can get up myself. I hope Phil's here. Let's go in.
We won't rehearse anymore, gentlemen. That last rendition was exactly as I wanted it. And before you leave, I'd like to compliment each and every one of you upon your dignified conduct here this afternoon. Now, you may go now, and I would appreciate it if you would leave quietly. Thank you. Phil. Petrillo boy. Phil. Huh? Oh, hiya, Jackson. Hello, Livy.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, you should have been here. We just got through rehearsing.
I know, Phil. I saw the boys leave. And believe me, I haven't seen a crowd stampede out of a place in such a disorderly manner since...
The horn blows at midnight.
Only at the preview. Phil, I don't like to keep bringing this up all the time. But look, for 11 years now, you've had that same bunch of, you should excuse the expression, musicians. Now, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And in all that time, they have never started together, played on key, or ended together. Now look, Phil, why don't you fire 'em?
I can't do that, Jackson. I got to keep them working.
Why?
I promised their parole board.
Oh, well, I don't care what you promise. I don't want those guys around me. They make me nervous.
My boys?
Sir.
Oh, don't worry about them, Jackson. They wouldn't hurt a flea.
I know. That's why they have so many of them. Anyway, Phil, I don't mind. Look, I don't mind if they stay on the program, but at least make them look presentable. You know, when they're out on the stage.
Socks?
Shirts, too. I mean, that's all I ask.
Well, I agree with you, Jackson, but it takes time. Look how long it took me to get them to wear neckties.
Well, Frankie still doesn't wear one.
Well, that ain't my fault. I tried everything. I even gave him a spinal.
A spinal? To put a tie on him? What's Frankie got against neckties?
He don't want nothing around his neck since he had that unfortunate experience under a sturdy yoke.
What?
I told him 1,000,000 times, when you change the brand on cattle, cover up the old one.
But, Phil, if they hanged him, how did he get away?
Sharp Adam's apple.
Phil, please, look, I'm serious about your band. Now, look,
Well, thanks, Jack. I have a suggestion that might fit in.
Oh, hello, Don. What are we going to say?
Well, I was just going to suggest that if you don't want the studio audience to see how bad Phil's orchestra really looks, I'll be very happy to sit in front of them.
Well, thank you. No, you've got a good head on your stomach. I appreciate it.
But, Jack, in one way, I think you're very lucky.
Lucky? What do you mean, Don?
Well, since you're stuck with Phil's band, you can take consolation in the fact that you do have a great quartet.
Yes, Don. At least they... What? You mean the sportsmen?
Yeah. And, Jack, since next Friday is Halloween, I thought it would be appropriate if the boys did something in the Halloween spirit, and you can join in.
Me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. What's the name of the number, Don?
Well, it's called the Ghost Dance.
The Ghost Dance. Say, that is good for Halloween. Come on, let's run through it.
Okay, take it, boys.
We are the goblins who know where the warm breezes blow, when tobacco leaves grow.
LSMFT, that's the smoke for me.
So take a tip from the ghost. Use tobacco they toast. Is the one you like most. Hop, hop. getting us lucky and then you can go. We are the goblins who know how to louse up your show.
Come on, kids, let us go right out on the street to play trick or treat.
Now, if you'll hand us our broom, we'll be leaving here soon and go haunting for F.E. Boom.
This time, I must give the boys credit. They really prepared something great. Really, it was very good.
It scared me silly.
Huh? Oh, hello, Dennis. What made you late?
Oh, I happened to be standing in the doorway when Phil dismissed his boys.
Oh.
The next thing I knew, I was in the bar across the street.
Well, Phil's boys are a little rough.
Yeah, they tied me up, threw me on the ground, and stuck a hot iron on me.
Dennis, stop being silly. If they tied you up, how'd you get away?
Sharp shoulder blades.
Dennis, what's the matter with you coming in here with jokes like that? You sound like Jerry Colonna. How can you do things like that?
I don't ask questions. I just have fun. Now cut that
off! Jerry Colonna.
Say, Jack, that reminds me. Did you read about Bob Hope going to England to do a command performance?
Yes. You know, that ought to be exciting, being in England at this time.
Oh, by the way, Jack, did you get a reply to the letter you wrote King George regarding the royal wedding?
Yes, but he said they wanted a whole orchestra, not just a violin. Can't understand. I was willing to go just for expenses. You know, Mary, I was thinking, it must take a lot of planning to get married in England with the shortages and everything. I mean, even for a princess.
Why didn't she get married on the bride and groom program and get a mixmaster?
Dennis, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Princess Elizabeth is of royal blood. Her father is the King of England. Her grandfather was the King of England. Her great-grandfather was the King of England.
A mixmaster is a mixmaster.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Jack, put down that branding iron.
Well, he drives me nuts. Now, let's sit down and get this rehearsal started.
Jack, you're acting awfully irritable lately.
Oh, he's been like that ever since last Sunday when he lost that golf ball.
Well, Mary, that was a new golf ball. I only hit it once.
Go on, you lost it on the 7th hole.
I still only hit it once. I'm going to call up the country club right now and see if Rochester found it. Hand me that phone, Mary.
Here you are.
Thanks.
Oh, Maple, what is it, Geitfield? Mr. Benny's line is flashing. Yeah, I wonder what Temptation wants now. I'll plug in and see. Hello? Yes, Mr. Benny, I'll do it. He wants me to get the Hillcrest Country Club. You know, he lost a golf ball there last Sunday. And what a thing he made over it. I know, he came in today wearing a black band on his sleeve. Yeah, and speaking of golf, you should have seen what happened to me when I used to go out with Mr. Benny. I'm listening. One night he took me and my mother out to a driving range. I didn't know he was such a rotten golfer, so I let him drive a ball off my nose.
You did?
Yeah, and was I sorry?
Oh, my goodness, did he hit your nose?
No, but he broke my mother's leg.
I wondered why I missed her at the Palladium.
Hello? I'm trying to get them, Mr. Benny. Well, you don't have to get so excited. What? That's no way to talk to a lady.
What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
Quiet, he's still insulting me. Are you through, Mr. Benny? Are you through? Are you through? Gee, Mabel, he must have one of his rides spiders with him. Sorry, Mr. Benny, but the line is busy.
Operator, Gertrude, Snooksy. Oh, well, if Rochester found the ball, I guess he would have called me. Gee, maybe I was too harsh on Gertrude. After all, she and Mabel just sit there in that little room by themselves all day long. I wonder what they talk about. Well, I guess it's none of my business. Come on, kids, let's get on with the rehearsal.
The Jello program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris in his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with In Old Chicago. This is the shortest month of the year, but even so, there are plenty of days to enjoy Jell-O. And plenty of ways to enjoy Jell-O, too. For no matter how you serve it, plain or combined with fruit or topped with whipped cream, Jell-O is always delicious. That's because it's crammed with delicious extra-rich fruit flavor. A luscious, satisfying, real fruit taste that makes Jell-O America's favorite dessert. No other gelatin dessert brings you Jell-O's extra-rich fruit flavor. No other can top it for sheer, delightful goodness. All 6 flavors are equally tempting. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. But just be sure to insist on genuine Jell-O when you buy. Don't accept any substitutes. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O. That was In Old Chicago from the picture of the same name, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you...
Hold it, Don. Jack isn't here yet.
Not here yet? Well, are you sure, Phil?
I didn't see him. Did you, Mary?
No, have you looked under everything?
Yeah?
Well, that's strange. I wonder where Jack can be.
He was here last Sunday, if that'll help.
Maybe he met somebody on the way over and they stopped off to eat.
Now, it wouldn't take him that long, would it?
It would if the other guy didn't pick up the check.
I think you better call up his house.
Yeah.
Number, please.
Operator, get me Hollywood 3981 and hurry up, hurry.
Oh, keep your shirt on.
Hello, Mr. Benny's resident.
Hey, Rochester, is Mr. Benny there?
Yes, sir, but he's still in bed.
Fed, well, now, you go and wake him up and tell him the program started.
Is he on it today?
Why, of course he is. You better get right down here.
Okay, but I hate to wake him up just for that. Doggone, why don't they let that man rest? He sure looks happy there. He must be dreaming about a blonde.
It's a brunette.
Hey, Mr. Benny. Mr. Benny.
Hello again. Oh, good morning, Rochester. Good morning.
Morning, man. Morning came and went and almost is again.
My goodness, is it as late as that?
Yes, sir. Mr. Wilson just called up and said...
Wilson? Hey, I've got a program to do. Rochester, this is a fine thing. I told you to call me at 12 o'clock.
I was out playing polo then.
Well, put down your mallet and help me get dressed. I gotta rush over to the studio. Get me my underwear.
Here you are. Ain't you going to take a bath?
I haven't time for a bath. Anyway, I can miss one day.
Okay, but I better dust you off.
Now, never mind that. Give me my socks. You know, the gray ones without the hole. And give me a shirt, too.
You want a clean one, or are you going to wear a muffler?
Well, of course I want a clean one. Gosh, how could I oversleep 8 hours? If you ever let me do that again, Rochester, you won't get that raise I promised you.
There goes nothing.
that so? Look, I'll answer the door. Get me my shoes. They're under the bed. All right, I'm coming. Yes, sir, what is it?
Pardon me, I have a package here for Mr. Homer Truffle.
Homer Truffle? I'm sorry, but you got the wrong place.
I'm right here, Mr. Truffle.
Look, I'm in a hurry. I'm not Homer Truffle. I don't even know Homer Truffle.
Well, you should. He's an awfully nice fellow. Goodbye.
Everything happens when I'm in a rush. Hey, Rochester, where's my necktie?
Ain't you gonna shave? Your whiskers are kind of long.
I haven't got time for that. I'll just put a little powder on.
That ain't gonna fool nobody.
Now, mind your own business. Give me my hat and coat. I'll answer the phone. Hello?
Hello, Jack. What's keeping you?
Oh, it's you, Mary. I'll be over in a few minutes. Keep the program going.
All right. But, oh, Jack, I must tell you, the funniest thing happened a few minutes ago.
Well, what is it, Mary?
Well, Phil Harris was showing Don Wilson how to play a new card game.
Yes.
And now Don is the orchestra leader.
Are you all playing the game?
I'll say, Kenny just won my new hat. You know, the one with the red feathers on it.
He did. Is he wearing it?
Yeah, he thinks he's an Indian.
Me, hip, big teeth. Fine Indian. I'll scalp him when I get to the studio.
I wish you would. I want my hat back.
Well, hang up, Mary. I gotta finish dressing. I'll be right over.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. I knew something would happen if I wasn't there. Hey, Rochester! Rochester!
Right here, boy. Here's your hat and coat.
Okay. Where's my wristwatch?
Oh, what?
My wristwatch. Where is it?
Oh, you don't want that.
I do, too. Rochester, where is my wristwatch?
You mean that no good little thing that never keeps time?
Rochester, where is my wristwatch?
You could have lost it, you know.
Rochester, where is my wristwatch?
Okay, here's the ticket.
I thought so. Why, Rochester?
You're the third degreeest man I ever worked for.
Never mind that. You pawned my watch. How much did you get out of it?
$8?
$8? Yeah, I could never get over 5.
Next time I'll go with you.
Yeah, next time wait for the last, too. Well, I'll take this up with you later. So long.
Goodbye, boy.
Flying butler I've got after all I've done. Oh, taxi, NBC studio, quick.
Hey, Mr. Benny. Mr. Benny.
I'm in a hurry, Rochester. What is it?
Ain't you gonna wear no pants?
Pants? Well, of all the... Wait a minute, driver. I'll be right out. Gee, I hope the neighbors weren't looking.
That was Let That Be a Lesson to You from Hollywood Hotel, played by Don Wilson and his Jolly Jello Jorchester. And Don, I couldn't have done worse myself.
Well, I don't know about that, Phil. At least the boys in the orchestra followed me, didn't they, Mary?
Yeah, I wish you'd have gone home.
Hey, that's a pip. Look, I'm an Indian.
Quiet, Song and the Puss.
Hello, fellas. Gee, I'm sorry I'm late. You know, this is the first time I've ever overslept that much. Imagine, 18 hours.
Sandman must have slugged you.
And say, Mary, the most awful thing happened to me. I was in such a hurry, I rushed out of the house without my pants. And I had to go back, I didn't put them on. I tell you, I was never so embarrassed in my life. Imagine going out without my pants.
Well, just turn them around now and you'll be all set.
Oh. Well, I can do that later.
Say, Jack,
What?
you know the same thing happened to me once.
What's that, Kenny?
I got up at 6 o'clock one morning to go to work and put my pants on backwards.
Uh-huh.
And then I walked by the mirror and thought I was just coming in, so I went back to bed again.
I bet you must have felt silly, huh?
And then when I went to bed, I put my pajamas on backwards and thought I was just getting out.
Oh, quiet. Go over in the corner and play Indian.
Okay, white boy.
Say, Phil.
Yes, Jack?
What's this I hear about Don winning your orchestra fund?
That's his tough luck.
I know, but gee, what are you going to do now?
Don't worry about me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to breeze by a grocery store, why don't you walk in and say to the clerk, listen, Shorty, slip me a couple of boxes of Jell-O, will you?
Jell-O, eh? What flavor, sir?
All 6 of them, Baldy.
Okay, Kinky. Say, Kink, you kind of go for Jell-O, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Why, Phil, that was marvelous. Did you hear that, Don? Not bad, huh?
Oh, he used the stooge.
Yes, but I wasn't any good. Oh, cheer up, Don. After all, you did lead the orchestra. Say, how were you anyway?
Well, Jack, we started off pizzicato, ripped through the allegretto, and
Yes.
when we got to the crescendo, believe me, Jack, it was fortissimo.
It was? What does he mean, Phil?
Don't ask me. I'm a civilian now.
Oh, well, anyway, a change like this is good once in a while. Believe me. Come in.
Special delivery for Mary Livingston.
Oh, it's from my mother.
How do you know? You haven't even seen it. Probably isn't from your mother at all.
It is, too.
Oh. Well, Mary, open it up. Let's hear what the Plainfield Mrs. Fiddler has to say.
Just a minute. Sign here, please.
Oh, yes. Here, Bud, here's a tip for you. You got change for a quarter?
No, I left my wallet on my yacht.
I never heard such impudence.
Oh, why didn't you give him the whole quarter? It wouldn't break you.
Mary, you know that's an eagle on a quarter, not a homing pigeon. Well, why don't you open the letter?
Okay.
Well, that's a novelty, a wooden envelope. What are you laughing at?
Look at the way Mama starts her letter. Plainfield, New Jersey. February 1st.
That's starting out good already. Well, go ahead now.
My dear daughter Mary, received your letter and thanks very much for sending us a check for our anniversary. You shouldn't have done it.
Well, that was sweet, Mary.
I gave your father the check to send back to you, and he has a brand new suit to prove it.
Oh.
We celebrated our anniversary by going to a movie. We saw Thoroughbreds Don't Cry with a swell kid acting in it named Macaroni.
Macaroni? That's Mickey Rooney. Macaroni.
Your Uncle Otto, who dropped in for Thanksgiving and stayed 4 months, has promised to leave next Thursday. He better, as your father, put a time bomb under his bed.
Well, that's one way of getting him.
I think your father means it, as he has already ordered a new roof.
Well.
I must tell you what happened yesterday. Your brother Hillard swallowed his harmonica, and now we can't get him to play anything unless we put a nickel in his nose.
Commercial little fellow, isn't he? Go ahead, Mary.
You remember how much trouble your sister Babe had with her eyes? Well, the doctor said she doesn't have to wear glasses anymore.
That's good.
We think she does. And she came in the house last night and said, "Hello, Papa," to the gas stove.
Oh, well, that's awful.
We didn't want to make her feel bad, though, so this morning we cooked breakfast on your father.
Well, that's just trying to be funny.
No other news? Oh, we'll close now. Give my love to the whole gang and say hello to Jack. Your affectionate mother, Bubbles Livingston.
Bubbles? Well.
P.S.
Oh, gee, more stuff.
Please ask Kenny Baker to sing By Mere Biscuit Shane, as he is the only one who hasn't done it yet.
Hey, she's right at that. Hey, Kenny, do you know By Mere Biscuit Shane?
Oh, I think I do. How does it go?
You know, by mere Biscuit Shane, so let me explain. Dum 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 da dum 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 dum. You get it, Kenny?
What's left of it?
Well, sing it. Play Phil or Don or whoever owns the orchestra.
My heart will explain by merely to pain means that you're grand. By merely to say again I'll explain it means you're the fairest in the land. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar, each language only help me say how grand you are. Of all the girls I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light, and this whole world seemed so divine. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar, each language only help me say how grand you are. I try to explain by merely to say, oh, kiss me and say you
That was By Mere Beast and Chain, sung by Kenny Baker. And Kenny, for a song that's been kicked around as much as that, it certainly sounded great.
Thanks, Jack.
That kid gets sillier every day. Huh?
Oh, say, Jack.
Yes, Don?
You know, I've been wanting to ask you something all evening, and I've just remembered what it is.
What is it, Don? Said he, slipping gracefully into a new routine. What, Don?
Well, Jack, you were out at Santa Anita Racetrack last Friday, weren't you?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I was just wondering if you had a bet on Playmay. You know, the horse that paid $673 for a $2 ticket. Boy, what a horse.
That's not a horse, that's an annuity. No, I didn't have a bet on her, Don, and I'm sorry you brought it up. I've been sick about it ever since. You know, I had a hunch to play that horse. I had it on my mind for days.
I'm surprised you didn't, Jack. You're always looking for a bargain.
Well, I tell you, Phil, I'm disgusted with myself. You were there, Mary. Remember that horse that paid $673 to 2?
I'll say I had it right on the nose.
That's right, you did, yeah.
Gee, that was a marvelous price for a horse to pay. Who was the jockey?
Santa Claus.
Can't understand why I backed out on it.
Well, what made you change your mind, Jack?
Do you really want to know what happened, Don?
Yeah.
Well, this is positively pathetic.
What was it, Jack? Tell us.
I'll do better than that. I'll show you. The scene is the Santa Anita racetrack 10 minutes before the first race last Friday. Take it away, Santa Anita. Gee, it's sure crowded here today, isn't it, Marion?
Yeah. Are you going to bet on anything in the first race, Jack?
Look, Mary, I've got a hunch on a long shot. A horse called Playmay. Well, that horse ought to pay 100 to 1.
Don't tell me you're going to bet a whole $1.
$1? I'm going to bet 2. That's what I think I heard.
Must be love.
Now, listen to this hunch. The horse's name is Playmay, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, for years, I've been saying Play Phil, haven't I? You get it? Play Phil.
Yeah, but the horse's name is Playmay.
All right, Smarty, I'm not through. What month was I born in?
February.
Well, can't you see it's only 2 months from February to May? Playmay. I tell you, I can't lose.
Oh, I don't know.
And not only that, but look how it works out. The horse's name is Playmay. Now spell May backwards.
Y-A-M. Yam.
There you are, yam. And you know I'm crazy about sweet potatoes. I tell you, Mary, it's in the bag.
Well, I don't care. I'm going to bet on the favorite. Negret. I got a hunch, too.
Negret? What's your hunch?
Well, I've got 2 knees, and I feel gret today.
Now, that's silly. Well, anyway, I'm going over to the window and bet on Playmay. That's the horse, believe me. Now, you wait here. Will you, Mary?
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Kenny. Say, who have you got in the first race?
Well, Jack, I don't know much about picking horses. Gosh, I don't know whether to bet on City Slicker or Brenda. What do you think?
Well, I wouldn't know what to tell you, Kenny. Of course, one horse is a gelding and the other is a filly.
What do you mean, Jack?
Well, one is a male and the other is a female.
Oh, are there two kinds?
Look, Kenny, I can save you a lot of trouble. Just bet on a horse called Playmate. It's going to come in and pay you a fortune.
You will?
Sure. Take my advice, Kenny. Put $2 on his nose.
All right, lend me $2, will you?
Kenny, I'm not a finance company. See you later.
Hey, Jack.
What is it, Mary?
I was just talking to Bing Crosby, and he said you couldn't make any bets till the 4th race.
Why?
Then you can lose your money on his horse.
Well, I'm not going to put any more money on Crosby's horses. I bet on one last week, and he stopped right in the home stretch and sang, I Surrender Dear. I didn't mind that so much, but the jockey was playing a bazooka. Now, listen, Mary, I'm going over this window and bet on my original hunch, Playmate.
Okay, see you later.
Yes, sir. Plenty of money and you can find. Doggone, this horse can't lose.
Hey, buddy, come here a minute, will you?
What is it?
Now, listen, pal. I'm going to give you a tip that's so hot you can fry an egg on it.
I'm sorry, mister. I've had breakfast. Besides, I'm putting my money on Playmate.
Playmate? Why, that nag couldn't win if you put a diesel engine there.
Oh, yeah?
Take my tip, buddy. Play the favorite, Negrette.
Favorite? Negrette, huh? You think he'll come in first?
Why, he'll be dancing the Trocadero before the rest of them hit the home stretch.
Gee, say, maybe that is a horse for me. Are you sure Negrette will win?
Cross my heart and honest engine.
Well, that's good enough for me. I'm going right over and bet on Negrette. Gee, I'm glad I met you.
Wait a minute, buddy. Got a cigar?
Only the one I'm smoking.
Well, that'll do. So long.
Didn't have to jerk it out of my face there. Here's the window. Hey, mister, give me a $2 ticket on the...
Hey, get in line, you.
Sure, that's what I say, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady. Gee, everybody's pushing and shoving and...
Hey, mister.
What is it?
Will you please hold still? I've been trying to pick your pocket for 10 minutes.
Now get away from here. I'm ticklish.
Well, come on. What'll it be?
I want a $2 ticket on Negrette.
Win, place, or show?
To win. No, wait a minute. Make it to play. That's it. No, look. Better make that show. That's it, the show. Yes, that's better.
Okay, Reckless.
Here's my $2.
Thanks. Well, let go of it.
Now, don't rush me. I may never see it again. Hey, Mary.
Yeah?
I just bought a ticket. I changed my horse to the one you had, Negrette.
That's funny. I changed mine to Playmate.
You did? Well, why didn't you tell me? Gosh, I don't know who's going to win.
Well, the race starts in a couple of minutes. Let's go over and grab a hot dog. I'm starved.
Okay, but I won't enjoy it.
Hey, buddy, come here a minute.
What do you want?
I got a hot tip for you in the first race. A horse called Barcarolle.
Barcarolle? You just told me Negrette was going to win.
Oh, well, you're the guy? Pardon me.
Sorry I came out here at all.
Oh, come on, Jack. Let's grab a hot dog.
Hey, it's too late now, Mary. The horses are lining up.
Well, I'm hungry. Here's a stand right here.
All right, hurry up, mister. Give us 2 hot dogs and plenty of mustard.
Okay, here you are.
Here's a quarter. Keep the change. Come on, Mary. Let's get up close to the rail. Huh?
Wait for me.
Gee, I'm nervous. I wonder if I did right in switching from Playmate to Negrette.
You'll find out.
Gosh, I'm excited. Mary, give me the binoculars.
Here you are.
Thanks. Mary, that's the hot dog. Now my face is full of mustard. Darn it.
Go on. That's the healthiest you've looked all year.
That's so. Give me your field glasses. Look, Mary, Negrette is number 7. Gee, that's a swell position. When they break, he'll be on the outside.
There they go.
Gee, there they go, Mary.
Come on, Playmate.
Hey, Blake. Sunrise takes the lead. Miranda second by 2 lengths. City Slicker third by 1.5 lengths.
Come on, Negrette.
Come on, Playmate.
They're coming into the half. Sunrise is leading by 2 lengths. Miranda second and Barcarolle third, but moving up fast. And here comes Rosalie from the picture of the same name.
Rosalie?
Come on, Playmate.
Hey, where's Negrette?
At the 3/4, it's Miranda in the lead. Negrette second.
Come on, Negrette!
Barcarolle third, July 4th, and Louis the 16th.
Louis the 16th, that's a mistake.
Well, I'm only human.
It's a fine race.
Look, they're coming into the stretch.
You said it, sister. Miranda first by a length, Playmate second, and coming up fast.
Playmate! Oh, my $2. Why didn't I bet on her?
Playmate, come on!
See, I'm afraid to look.
And here's the winner. It's Playmate, first by a nose.
You see, Don, that's exactly what happened to me last Friday at Santa Anita.
Oh, that's too bad, Jack. You could have followed your hunch.
Quite certainly. Come in.
Hey, buddy, I got a hot tip for you in the second race. You can't lose.
Oh,
This is
terrific.
If you're looking for a swell new dessert that's delicious and tempting, here's the answer. It's called Apricot Bavarian Cream, and it's one of the grandest desserts you've ever enjoyed, made with luscious strawberry jello, whipped cream, and apricot. Here's what you do. Dissolve 1 package of strawberry jello and chill until slightly thickened. Then fold in 3/4 of a cup of whipped cream, a cup and a half of cooked apricot mashed, and a half a cup of sugar. Mold until firm, and you have the swellest dessert you've seen in a long time. It's a rich, creamy rose color, and it's a perfect flavor combination, for apricots and strawberry jello taste simply grand together. Just be sure to make your apricot Bavarian cream with genuine jello, for there's only one jello, and only jello brings you that delicious extra rich fruit flavor. Ask your grocer for jello.
Last number of the 19th program in the new Jello series, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. And the moral of our little playlet is, never bet on a sure thing, unless you're sure it's a sure thing. What's that, Mary?
Your horse just came in.
I knew he'd come through. Good night, folks.
J-E-L-L-O.
Kenny and Baker appears on the Jello program through courtesy of Mervyn LeRoy Productions. This is the National Broadcasting Company. With Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Tennessee, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, this week Jack Benny is in Palm Springs for the sole purpose of fun and relaxation. Every morning he can be seen playing golf at the O'Donnell Golf Course.
Yesterday I was 2 under par.
Every afternoon he can be seen playing tennis at the Biltmore.
My backhand is sensational.
And every evening he can be seen playing his violin on stake rides.
I murdered them with Mexicali Rose.
And here he is, our tumbling tumbleweed, Jack Benny.
Thank you. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, you should have seen me on that golf course yesterday. On the first hole, I had a terrible slice. But I made a terrific recovery when I sunk a 30-foot putt.
A 30-foot putt? Why, Jack, I think that's wonderful.
Well, so did I until I found out it was an open manhole. I had on bifocal glasses.
An open manhole? Well, Jack, you get your ball back?
No, but I got Rochester watching for it at El Segundo. But Don, in your introduction, you mentioned I play tennis every afternoon. You must have seen me at the Biltmore.
Oh, I did, Jack, and I want to congratulate you for finally staying at such a beautiful place.
Well, Don, I'm not exactly staying at the Biltmore. You see, I only play tennis there. I have a very comfortable room at the El Pocho Motel. It's right near...
Oh, no, not that joint.
Phil. Phil, nobody was talking to you.
I know, Jackson, but when you mentioned the El Pocho, my hair straightened, and I'm a tight curl man.
Phil.
How can you stay at a crumb joint like that? I never heard of the El Pocho, Phil. Where is it?
Well, Donzie, do you know where the desert retreat is?
Yeah?
Well, the El Pocho is where it retreated from.
All right. Listen, the El Pocho may not be swanky, but it's comfortable. I'll admit that my room doesn't have electricity or running water.
No electricity or running water? Well, Jack, on these chilly nights, do you have heat?
No, but if I get in bed by 8 o'clock, it's still warm from the fellow who just got out. That is, I think it's a fellow.
You think it's a fellow?
Well, Phil, in Palm Springs, you see, cowboy boots can belong to anybody, you think? But I'll soon find out who it is. I left a note in one of the boots. They were so dainty and petite, they must belong.
Oh, hello, Jack. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, Mary. All right, Mary, you can sit down now. Phil, let's have a band now.
Wait a minute, Jackson. You didn't even give Livy a chance to do her routine. She comes in, says hello, and you push her away from the microphone.
Phil, I know what I'm doing. Let's have a band number.
Jack, you're not pushing Mary for that little mistake that she made on last week's program.
Pushing, did you? That's punishing. Nobody reads on this program. I certainly am punishing Mary, and
Now, wait a minute. What did our little Livy do?
I'll tell you what she did, Phil. It happened after you left to do your own show. You remember that part last Sunday when I ran my car into a gas station and hit another car while it was up on a grease rack?
Yeah?
Well, at the very end of the program, Mary was supposed to say to me, Jack, how could you possibly hit a car that was up on a grease rack? That's all she was supposed to say. How could you possibly hit a car that was up on a grease rack?
Well, what did she say?
Phil, if I told you the mistake she made, you wouldn't believe me, so I brought a record along. Fellas, put that record on, the one I gave you last week's show. Now listen to this, Phil.
Well, Mary, I think the way I've got the interview is all right. I think people will be interested in the way I found Rochester.
Well, I think so, but Jack, how could you have possibly hit his car while I was up in the grass rake?
All right, fellas, that's enough. How do you like that? Grass reek. What kind of a word is that?
Oh, Jack, anybody can make
Mary,
it.
get away from the microphone.
But Jack...
Don't but jack me. Just when I'm getting over Chiswee sandwich, you come up with a new one.
Don't worry about it. Cheer up, Livy. So you made a little mistake. Next week, before we go on the air, I will personally go over the script with you.
Please, Phil, I'm in enough trouble.
Yeah, Luke is going to show her how to read. Phil, you can't even write your own name.
So what?
So what do you do when you have to sign a check?
The same as you. I take a little Novocaine.
Well, that's a snappy retort coming from a man whose eyes stick out like the taillights on a Greyhound bus.
Now, wait a minute, Mexicali Rose.
What?
I don't think that was a very nice thing to say to a man who's tapering off.
Tapering off?
I certainly am tapering off. You just can't stop in midstream. You got to drag your anchor a bit, you know.
Oh, of course.
And it wasn't easy. When I got to Palm Springs last Wednesday, I made up my mind that each day I was going to drink a little less. And I stuck to it. As a matter of fact, today is my 5th day.
Really?
Yep, today I'm down to a 5th.
Gee. And you used to spill that much. should have known. Phil, why don't... Come in. Oh, it's you, Dennis.
Hello.
Well, Dennis, are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it sure is exciting here in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Dennis, you're not...
Hold it, Don, hold it. Dennis, you're in Las Vegas?
Yeah. Oh, say, Mr. Benny, would you give me $1 worth of nickels?
What do you want nickels for?
Well, I've been playing those slot machines, and one of them is bound to pay off soon.
What slot machine?
They're all over the place. They're lined up on both sides of the street.
Those are parking meters! Slot machine.
Gee, and I thought the fella playing the one next to me won a Cadillac.
What?
With a girl in it yet.
Mary, you talk to him.
I don't have to. Fortunately, you threw me off the program.
Oh, yes. Now go over in the corner and say grease rag 50 times. Then you can come back.
Oh, all right.
Grass Street.
Say, Dennis, where are you staying down here?
Oh, I'm at the El Pocho Motel.
The El Pocho? Dennis, that's where I'm staying. What room are you in?
24.
24? I'm in that room, too.
Oh, so you're blue-eyed.
Huh?
Gee, that was a cute note you left in my cowboy boots.
Hey, Jackson told us about that. Read us that note, kid.
Dennis.
Oh, come on now, Dennis. Read the note Jack wrote.
Okay. You and I have never met. To me, you are a stranger. But I'm carefree as a desert breeze and would like a little danger.
For him, I called in a writer. All right, Dennis, come on. Let's have your song.
Okay.
Hold it a minute. Come in. Well, kids, look who it is. It's Mr.
Savoni.
Mr. Savoni, what are you doing down here in Palm Springs?
I just came down to relax.
Relax? I didn't think you had a care in the world.
Neither did I. I was enjoying life. Just sitting around the house. I wasn't doing anything. Just sitting around the house. I didn't feel like doing anything. Just sitting around the house. After a while, it made me so nervous.
Eh?
So I went to see my doctor.
Oh, so the doctor sent you to Palm Springs to rest?
Yeah. He said, John, most people can't take too much of the desert, but you can stay out in the hot sun as long as you want. It won't even hurt you a bit.
But Mr. Savoni, I didn't think you had enough money to come to Palm Springs. But here you are, you even have a new suit on. Where are you living?
At Bullock.
Bullock? That's a department store.
I don't care what it is. They're very proud of me.
Proud of you at Bullock?
Yeah. I was just standing around. The doctor told me to relax, so I wasn't even moving a muscle. All of a sudden, the guy come over, put this suit on me, picked me up, put my hand on my hip, and stuck me in a window.
In the window?
So I gotta go now, Mr. Benny. I'm getting married this afternoon.
No.
Yeah. While I was standing there all dressed up in this new suit, I proposed to a girl standing next to me in the window.
Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute, Mr. Savoni. That's impossible. Naughty. Don't tell me she said yes.
She didn't say no.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Savoni, and good luck.
Jack,
What?
I said grease rag 50 times. Can I come back on the program now?
Yeah, man, you sure you didn't say grass reed?
Not even one.
Good. Sorry, I'm not angry. I'll take you to dinner at the Dunes, and tomorrow morning I'll take you on a breakfast ride.
Oh, fine. Remember that last breakfast ride?
What was it, Barry?
Somebody dropped an egg. Jack saw the yolk, thought it was gold, and before we could stop him, he dug a hole 30 feet deep.
30 feet deep. That joke you had to read right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight, we are going to present our brand new 1950 version of Murder at the Racket Club. Once again, I will play the part of Captain O'Benny. And Mary, you will... Oh, for heaven's sake. Come in. Yes?
Mr. Benny, I'm Gus Getman, the Palm Springs Chief of Police.
What do you want to see me about, Chief Ketman?
It's about those sketches you do here in Palm Springs.
You mean murder at the Racket Club?
Yes. Why must these murders always take place at the Racket Club?
Well, we get a better class of bodies that way. But you don't object to our doing these plays, do you?
No, but it might leave the wrong impression. There's probably never been a murder at the Racket Club.
Probably? You mean you're the chief of police and you don't know?
They won't let me in there.
No.
I wish you'd mention my name to the owner, Charlie Farrell, the star of Seventh Heaven.
I will. But why do you object to my doing murder mystery? Don't you ever have murders here?
Very rarely. We only have minor troubles, like this morning. We had to chase a skunk that was running around on someone's lawn.
Oh, did you finally get the skunk off the lawn?
Yes, but boy, did that grass reek.
Well, that settles it. We're going to do our sketch, and don't worry, Steve, I won't embarrass you.
But how can you be a police officer? You don't even know how to handle a gun.
What's so difficult about handling a gun?
There's a lot to it. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, wait, Chief, don't point that gun at me. It might go off.
Don't worry. It's loaded with dates.
Your gun is loaded with dates?
Whenever I get hungry, I play Russian roulette.
Oh. Well, look, Chief Chapman, you sit down and listen while we do the sketch, and I promise I won't embarrass you.
Okay.
Now, come on, let's get on with the play. Hit it, Sam. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present our 1950 version of Murder at the Racket Club. Or get a load of those prices. The scene opens in the office of Captain O'Benny of the Palm Springs Police Force. Curtain. Music. Hello, Palm Springs Police Station, Captain O'Benny talking. What's that? What? A dice game? Well, I'll take care of that. All right, men, put away those dice. Now, come on, line up for inspection.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Wilson, a fine policeman you make with that bay window. Pull in your stomach. Pull in a little more. More. That's better. Now, men, today we must... Pull it in again, Wilson. Now, men, we've got to have a more efficient police force. You realize that in the past few years, Palm Springs has been the most popular resort in the entire country? And do you know why it's so popular?
No television.
Besides that, it's popular because the town is run so well.
I know that, Captain, and I'm doing my best to keep it clean. Why, only yesterday I closed up a nightclub that had a naughty floor show. They featured a girl dancer doing the bumps.
The bumps? And what did you say to her?
I said, get out of here with that. And don't come back no more.
Well done, O'Hara. Now, men. I'll get it. Hello, Palm Springs Police Station. Hello? Hello?
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Testing.
Don't worry about the mistakes now. What do you want?
Well, listen, Chiefy, this is Missy LaRue, and I'd like to report a murder.
A murder? Who was killed?
Townsend T. Fletcher.
Ah, the rich Andy Devine.
It happened by the pool at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
3 o'clock this afternoon, eh? Was the murder man shot? Poisoned? Strangled? And how did he die?
The sun went down and he froze to death.
Wait a minute. That isn't murder.
It isn't?
No.
Are you happy now?
Yes, I'll be right over, and I want to talk to you, so you wait there.
I can't.
Why not?
Because last night one of your cops said something to me.
What did he say?
Get out of here with that... and don't come back no more.
Never mind that. You wait there. Now I really want to see you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Come on, men. We got to rush over to the racket club. And I'll solve this murder, or my name ain't...
Captain Benny's on his way to solve this murder case. He's a rootin', tootin', shootin' guy with a holster trimmed with lace.
Oodly-poo-poo-poo-pee-poo. Okay, men, here we are at the racket club. Now, where's the body?
Here I am, Chiefy.
I mean the dead one.
Gee, it was here a minute ago. It must have disappeared during the excitement.
What excitement?
A few minutes ago, a skunk ran across the lawn into that grease rack.
Grass Reed.
Well, make up your mind.
We'll go inside and look for the body. Come on, men.
Oh, just a second, Captain O'Benny. I'm playing ping pong. Oh, boy, that's another point for me.
O'Day, who are you playing with?
Nobody. This wind is terrific.
Stop it and come inside with me. And I'll solve this murder, or my name ain't...
Captain Benny's at the club to solve this mystery. And if he can't, he'll lose his job with LSMFT.
Little do we know that the murder might still be here. Oh, Wilson, you take the hallway. O'Day, you look through the kitchen. Oh, Harris, you come in the bar with me.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, here comes someone.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yes, I'm Captain O'Benny, Chief of Police. Who are you?
Oh, I'm the lifeguard here at the Racket Club.
Oh, well, if you were the lifeguard, you must have been at the pool when the murder took place.
Well, not necessarily. They have 26 lifeguards here.
But you only have one pool. How come you have so many lifeguards?
Well, Mr. Farrell don't let nobody drown till they pay their bill.
Oh.
That would be taking the easy way out.
Some smart answer. Now get out of here with that. Mitzi, cut that out. Now come on, Harris. I'm going to look for the owner of this place, and I'll solve this murder, or my name ain't...
Captain Benny is our chief, and he is acting tough.
Poodly-poop. Here, this looks like the office.
Yeah, look at that sign on the door, Chief. Office of Charlie Farrell, Mayor of Palm Springs, star of Seventh Heaven, owner of the Racket Club, and inventor of the $95 Blue Plate Special.
P.S. No dessert. You wait out here, O'Harris. I'll interview this Farrell fellow. Come in. Well, it's about time. Are you Charlie Farrell?
Yes, I am.
Well, all right, Farrell. All right, Farrell, now listen to me. There was a murder committed in the club. Now, what do you got to say?
Oodly-poo-poo-poo.
Never mind. What were you doing at the time of the murder?
I was in Hollywood all day doing retakes on Seventh Heaven.
Now, wait a minute. Seventh Heaven was made nearly 20 years ago. How come you're still